What's going on, everybody? Rob here, aka Trev2323. I'm trying to get the garage back in order, the band back in order, dude. But I wanted to show you this with this compressor. So I showed you the wiring, how to hook it up. You can get this from the big box store. It's for a 220 line. I'm not going to show you how to hook up the 220 line, but you could get the adapter from the big box store that plugs right into this. I got a video on that. But what I wanted to show you is the bottom of the compressor. All the compressors, they create a lot of heat. This big motor right here creates a lot of heat. And that heat gets pushed into the tank where when it cools off, it creates water in the tank. And that's why they got all kind of air dryers, this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so if you go to the bottom of your compressor, there's normally a little air valve. So I tried to take my air valve off. That's the air valve. But as I was pulling the air valve off, unscrewing it, the whole bottom of the compressor unscrewed. Better for me, okay? So I wanted to show you this. Now this is the bottom of the compressor, and you got to move this in order to drip some of the water out, to get the water out. And if it's under pressure, or if you pull that too far, it's gonna shoot out at you. And I had that happen to me once on a Harbor Freight compressor that just shot right out at me. So now I'm changing that. This is the bottom of the compressor right here, okay? So let me just go like this right here. So this is the bottom of the compressor. So what I did is I unscrewed it from there. Okay, now what I have right here is a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch that I'm gonna thread into here. Okay, that's a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, but then I'm putting on a 1/2 inch ball valve. So now instead of just fighting with that little piece right here, this little piece right here, I'm gonna be able to just open up a ball valve and shoot whatever's out. Okay, now here's the thing, don't have it at 150 pounds of pressure. I'd say 20 pounds of pressure, if that, and then you open the ball valve and it's enough to get the water out. Now if you could look right here, this is the bottom of the compressor, everything would go down in here. So you really don't want that too much higher than the compressor. And everything, I put Teflon tape or pipe dope on everything because I hate leaks. So let me get this hooked up and then I'll show you what it's going to look like. You know what? I'm going to put the bottom of the compressor on first is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that back. Now I did wrap Teflon tape around it, but if you see there's little openings in there. I didn't put the Teflon tape around the opening. And then that right there, it's a cable lock on there. Okay, that right there is threaded underneath here in the compressor, and then I do have tape on it, so once that's on, I'm gonna get that as tight as I can get it. And the tape's supposed to go on, so when you're tightening up, the tape's actually getting tighter. Believe it or not, when I took it off, there was no tape on it at all. You hear my wrist cracking? I got a pipe wrench over here. So let me get that on right now. Right now, the next one is the 1/4 inch that goes in the bottom. It's a 1/2 inch, which is gonna adapt it. Then I got Teflon tape on that also. Now this, I don't have to use that big pipe wrench. I prefer to use the pressure wrenches on these. But you see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get it a little bit bigger where I don't have to worry about that one little damn thing, and all I have to do is open it up. So I'm gonna, you see kind of where I'm going here with this. Now on the top part is all copper. This is the bottom piece coming out. I didn't buy anything extra. This is just extra pieces I had laying around, and this is what's gonna be galvanized coming out the pipe. All right, let me finish with this. There's the elbow. There's not a T. There's the elbow. If you have a T right here, the water's still gonna sit in the bottom part of the T. So there's the elbow to come out. But right when you're at this with your pipe wrench, you got to make sure where you want that shooting out at you, because it's gonna shoot somewhere. When you open it up, it's gonna shoot out. So it's just gonna shoot, and hopefully nobody's standing here when I do it. I'm probably gonna do it. Nope, I'm the only one here anyways, because I know it's under pressure, and I'm probably only gonna do it with 20 pounds to drain the bottom. There you go. It's all put on right there. I don't know if you can see it pretty good coming out from underneath, and it's all airtight. So it's all airtight. It's closed. So what I had to do is I had to actually open it up to twist it on, and then now it's closed right there. No air leaks at all. So then this way, whenever I want to drain it, I just got to do this to drain it. And if you want to go ahead, you can put that wherever you want. You could put it on a rubber hose. You could put a 45 away from you. Either way, you can put it how you put it, but it sure as heck beats this right here. This is what's holding the air that you got to get underneath, and you got to try to get whatever water out of that little bit right there. This right here, 20 pounds of pressure, 10 pounds of pressure. You open it up, it's drained, and you're done. All right, talk to you later. Subscribe, like, and share. Another thing I'm going over while I'm hooking up my compressor is rubber hose. Rubber 3/4 inch hose, however length you need. This is what comes off to the wall, and this is what hooks your unit up to the wall. And it should be a little bit higher to the compressor, so the water could actually drain down back into the compressor. You don't want to twist it too much. It's kinking, so I gotta finagle it a little bit. But the reason for that is when this sucker's moving, you don't know our pipes. So you connect it with a rubber one, and then you go to the copper.